Good evening. I'd like to welcome a member of tonight's council meeting. Would you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call meeting to order and open roll call.
Goodell.
Here.
Slater.
Here.
Scholl.
Here.
Rusher.
Here.
We need a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we need a motion to approve the minutes of the December 15th, 2014 regular council meeting.
Move approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We need a motion to approve the December investment report and the December's treasurer report. Questions on that?
Nope, move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now we need a motion to approve the claims for December. Questions on those?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under communications, anything from the public in attendance this evening? So you're taking notes, I didn't know if anything for
Nope.
project or not.
He's just monitoring for scouts.
All right,
Yep.
congratulations. Under new business, we need a motion to designate the Humboldt Independent newspaper as the City of Humboldt's official newspaper.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And I see we have Cheryl Reed with us tonight to give an annual report. HCHDC.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm here tonight on behalf of Humboldt County Housing, and I just want to tell you a little bit about our update for 2014. The success of Humboldt County Housing Development Corporation can be contributed to the financial support of both the City of Humboldt and Humboldt County, along with the hard work of the volunteer members of Humboldt County Housing. Those current members include Dave Dodgen, Aaron Burnett, Boot Barancoon, Danelle Scow, Daryl Rusher, Rick Peterson, Clifton Califatich, Carl Mattis, Amy Donahue, and myself. The City of Humboldt and Humboldt County have each provided annual funds to assist with the efforts of Humboldt County Housing, which is a nonprofit organization. Since Humboldt County Housing utilizes no full-time staff, these funds are used to conduct engineering studies, provide matching funds for state and federal grants and low-interest loan programs, pay for professional services, and conduct county housing needs assessments. The members of Humboldt County Housing are very proud of the accomplishments made to date since the conception in the fall of 1997. These are some of the projects Humboldt County Housing has assisted with. The construction of the Ivy Apartments in 1999, development of 17 lots for single-family housing in Riverview Heights 3rd Edition in August of 2000, assisted to create the extension of water and sewer mains for the Riverview Heights 3rd Edition, which in turn made Willow Ridge Edition feasible. This development created 20 lots for both single-family and multi-family housing. In 2003, we assisted in converting 14th Avenue Southwest and Pioneer Drive into a paved street with curb and gutter and created 3 additional lots. Coordinated the remodeling and LHAP grant for the planning of the Scandinavia building, which was a remodeling project with the City of Humboldt and the property owners. That created 8 rental units. On a continuous basis, Humboldt County Housing provides market information, zoning assistance, and tax incentive information to local contractors on construction of multi-family housing units. Humboldt County Housing also continues to support the Building Trades Program. The success of this program is based on the partnership formed by Humboldt County School District, Iowa Central Community College, and Humboldt County Housing, and local businesses and contractors. The program started in 1999, and to date the students are constructing the 13th home. Many of the past students are now working in the area of contractors, electricians, plumbers, etc. Humboldt County Housing purchases the lots of these homes and applies for the financing. All profits and losses are absorbed into the program. I was just informed last week that the Humboldt housing or building trades program is probably one of the few still up and running in the state. Humboldt County Housing continues to assist in the administration of the Community Development Block Grant for housing rehabilitation. Our application has been submitted to rehab 10 owner-occupied homes within the city of Humboldt. The City Council has supported this initiative by providing a local match and additional funding from the Low to Moderate Income Fund. Announcement of this funding should be awarded in early spring. In May of 2007, Riverview Heights 5th Edition was started. This provided 15 lots for single-family housing. In 2012, it came to a close with Humboldt County Housing purchasing 71 acres to develop Eagle Ridge. Phase 1 has 22 lots, of which 18 lots are sold and 6 homes are constructed. The lots do require completion of construction within 5 years. Phase 2 will consist of 20 lots. No date has been set for installation of infrastructure for that. Sorry, that was a tongue twister. And Lot 10 was sold to the county for future development of green space. In 2013, towards the end, we also developed the demo grant program. Qualified property owners can receive up to $7,500 to demolish unsightly property in Humboldt County. That is a county-wide project. The only stipulation is that you must rebuild a single-family residence on that property. In 2013, we also funded secured funds to construct a low to moderate dwelling. Plans are still being reviewed for this project. The end of 2013 kicked off a project for moderate housing needs. This area has been on the radar for Humboldt County Housing to address for many years. An opportunity arose to purchase an unsightly, dilapidated mobile home park and convert it into 8 moderate-priced homes. Lots were available for $1 for any person or contractor with stipulations that a home must be built within 30 days and the sale price could not exceed $199,099. Construction has been completed on these homes and they are now for sale. In summary, based on this information, Humboldt County Housing has been very active in the projects that have increased Humboldt County's assessed valuations by millions of dollars. This increase in valuations continue to generate large dollar amounts and additional property tax revenues for local governments. These accomplishments continue to be instrumental in alleviating the housing shortage that has been prevalent in Humboldt County and the surrounding areas. These developments not only increase the community's tax base, but they are also critical to the development of the community's workforce and regional growth. Humboldt County Housing respectfully requests $7,500 for the 2015 year. Questions?
You know, I can say, Cheryl, you guys have done an absolutely fantastic job, you know, on getting new houses in Humboldt.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I do have to say, your project in the south part of town disappoints me. You know, you know, just my own personal opinion, but it's, you know, I was told how fast these houses are gonna sell, and I know there's a couple organizations that you're brought into. I just hate to see, you know, a large loss if you don't sell these houses soon, as I know it's gonna hurt the organization a lot and stuff anyway, and it's.
Well, there's always that risk, but I think
Yeah.
we're pretty well diversified. And that's an area that, the need is great, and it's not just in Humboldt, it's regional wise. You know, weather prolonged things, it's just a hard market to, you know, to construct something that people can afford. I think that, you know, when we get those homes filled up, it's going to in turn trickle down and help the others. So if you haven't had a chance to tour them, they're listed with realtors. I encourage you to, you know, take the steps to go through and.
I have personally toured a couple of them, and they're very nicely built homes. I think we have some negative vibes going in town from a few people that were upset that maybe they didn't get to put the homes up. And I think people are, that's hindering a little bit. But I do think once one gets sold that, they're very nice homes. They are very nice homes. And
Yes, they are.
And compared to what was there before, we're already ahead of the ballgame, so.
I would agree, like I said, I just
Right.
hope it doesn't cripple the organization, if they don't sell quickly or something.
You bet. And Humboldt County Housing, we only own 4 of them, so, right.
Well, speaking as a realtor and not a councilman, believe it or not, yeah, all I gotta do is take a test, John. And pass it, and pass it. But there's been quite a bit of activity down there, I mean, so things, maybe they're not selling quite as quickly as everyone had hoped in a perfect world, but there's been quite a bit of activity, and I do think that, it's a great addition, like John said, compared to what was there, and so I do think you guys, did a very nice job and made a wise choice, and I think it's gonna be a success, I think it already is, so.
I think so too, and, the private sector would have had a very, very difficult time, meeting that need. I just think that, with the delay in the weather in 2014, as I kind of reflect back just a year ago, they were originally scheduled to be done like in the spring. Well, we had cold weather, we had rain, we had everything you could, flooding, and I think if they would have been marketable, probably midsummer, we would have families already.
Winter's a tough time to sell a new house.
It is. Plus, I think that has kind of spurred the additional growth of the investment by TSB Construction, along with his other investors, to put those townhomes down there, which I don't think if the trailer park would have still been there in that rundown condition, it would have been a very, attractive place to locate, new housing down there. So it has even though they haven't sold just yet, it spurred some further growth down in that area of town, so that's a plus in itself.
Any idea where you'd put the LMI house at, or is there just nothing yet?
That's, we've had a couple different ideas, and the nice thing about it is Humboldt County Housing can come in. We kind of just scoot under the radar, and what we had planned to do, the private sector has come in and established housing on it, so.
That's a
We're
good
not in,
thing.
yeah, exactly, it's a
Yeah.
nice problem to have, so, we're still kind of working on that.
Okay,
We
that's
just had a
fine, just
meeting
enough,
a couple weeks ago.
There are not a lot of lots available in some places, that's just what I was curious for.
Right.
Another house might come down at some point or something, if that's what you were thinking about, or.
Well, I've talked with the organization, we had a meeting about a week ago, about some potential properties that might need to be addressed and might be opportunities for future development that are, some are in R1, some are in R3 zoned areas, so, it depends on what comes along, but the R3 is there's so little multifamily housing zoning available that that's a really sought-after area. So, that's why I think Dwayne Zeller was interested in that property, is because, you look at a zoning map and there's just not much there. And so, if anything is in R3, I think the private sector will come along and gobble it up, and if the lot's cleared. As far as R1, we can continue to address dilapidated properties. I think there's 2 scheduled for demolition right now. So we'll see what happens with those. I know I was talking with Joel before the meeting about, there's a vacant lot over here, the old Alice Hill property. That came down. I don't know who's in possession of that right now. I know Crew took it down, but, there's different opportunities. It's just getting something, sizable enough that you can put a house on it, so.
And what price house is an LMI home at? Is there
I believe
Depends on who you ask.
okay.
that price range, I believe, is like 120 to 125. That's low to moderate. Am I correct there?
Yeah.
And moderate, which is South Humboldt, that benchmark is 200 or less. So,
Is there 4 people, houses too? I don't know, of course. That's a lot. thinking Lowell's,
Right, that's where
Lowell's pretty high for a.
That's where I'm living. I'm living in those houses.
Okay. Rainbow Drive falls under the Lowell. Okay.
Any assistance for us?
Yeah.
But if you haven't had a chance on the building trades, you know, feel free to stop out there, the students. It's a small class this year, but they're very skilled and excited about their project, and we'll be meeting probably within the next, 60 days on enrollment for next year.
Is,
so.
is that a one-year class now to complete a home, or do they do that in 2 years?
It's a 1 year.
That one, okay.
The Lance Armstrong home, that was the only one that was a 2-year one.
I didn't know if there's 2 kids in the class, if they extended the program for.
We've tried that in the past, but it didn't
not,
really
okay.
pan out, so.
Yeah. And actually, I know the Messenger did a nice piece on it, and it got picked up across the state. There's been some outside of the region that have heard about the
Talking
building
about the
trades.
building, yes. I was gonna say, there was an article in the Des Moines Register within the last month. They actually had a picture of one of the students in there, and then it talked about, you know, the program here in Humboldt and how few there were left in the state. I set that aside and I meant to bring it along, but I forgot. But it does reference our program and the success of it, so it was a nice piece.
All those houses are sold, and.
Correct.
Except for the one they're working on, correct?
And that's, I mean, one of the reasons that program works as well as it does is just the partnership. I mean, Jeff Birdie and everybody else, you know, without that partnership, that program wouldn't be nearly as successful. But, you know, you tweak little things, and now, I mean, Cheryl, you're on your 13th home now, so.
Correct.
That's good. No, it's very-
The first
very
one we
good.
did had income restriction, or it couldn't sell for more than 100,000, so we've come a long way, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Thank
but
you,
thank you
Cheryl.
for your time.
Thank you,
Thank
Cheryl.
you. Next, we have the HCHDC annual report. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Need to put my glasses on. All right, we need a motion to approve a Class 5-day Class C liquor license for the Humboldt County Memorial Hospital Foundation, effective dates January 15th to 20th, 2015.